Okay, this is day 12, almost 2 weeks. She's exactly the same weight as she was yesterday. She did quite well yesterday. So we'll see how she does today at the same weight. It is getting a little bit cooler, so she's gonna probably behave differently. And hopefully, boink. Hi, good morning. You got stuff on your face. Why are you shivering? I think she does it. I think she gets excited. Maybe a little nervous, overwhelmed, feelings. We're gonna start here. Ew, good piece. Okay, you know what to do. You did it yesterday. There's evidence. I'll give her a little bit of a freebie. Come on, all you have to do is hop. You don't even have to fly. You can do it. You can do it, come on. Hey. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, what a good girl. All right. So I'm gonna start challenging her before she switches off. So don't think I was standing up yesterday. So we will see if she can do this. So she's gonna actually have to fly. And I would not be surprised if when she gets close to the glove, because it's confusing. So I'm gonna do wrapped around my little finger, which is where that comes from. Remember, my left shoulder is pointed towards the bird. We're not doing this because if she does miss, guess what's the first stop after that? So we do this, and this, and if she flies past it, she just goes past it and not on my face. I know this is a little bit more different. I know, this is kind of a jump. So, kind of tilting my glove and wiggling it so she can still continue to see it, because looking up she may not be able to see it. And also they are movement oriented as well. All visual. So if it's moving, must be alive and stays interesting. I know, this is a tough ask today. Come on, you can do it, sweet girl. She wants to. Oh, growl, salivating. She wants to. She just doesn't quite know how to figure out how she's going to do this. This is different. So I may give her some patience. Okay. So she's looking around. Oh, butterfly. What is that? Oh, hummingbird moths. She likes those. We've had a lot of ravens. Hopefully they don't discover her, because they can be a pain in the butt when they do. Yeah, right here. Look. Alright. So she keeps looking around. She's not really focusing. I'm going to up the ante. Which you don't want to do this all the time, because this also trains them to train you to put more food up if they just wait you out. But this is a bigger ask, so I'm going to see if I can entice her. And she is looking, so I need to get her attention. If she doesn't do it, don't want to move any closer, because that will just train her. Maybe I should do this so I'm not all the way up. Same distance, I'm just not up. Yeah, see, less intimidating. Come on, you can do it. Good girl. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness, you almost did it. Come on, fluffy pants, let's go. Look at those fluffy pantaloons. Come on. Looky, woo! Look at all this. This looks really yummy. Oh my goodness, this is so yummy. Ooh, ooh, this is yummy. She's very confused. She doesn't know what to do. She's just a baby. She's just a baby. She looks like a big old badass, but she's just a baby. Excuse me. Okay. she's trying. So what are you looking at? And she's salivating. Come on, let's go. You can do it, baby girl. You can do it. You can do it. Look, you can do it. I know you want to do it. You just gotta figure out how you're gonna get here. You know, those little pointy things that you like to beat me in the face with work. It's very interesting out here today. So this is where she's been at this near the same weight, well, this exact weight for 2 days. She's been near the same weight for 3 days. And so this is what I'm still getting. So obviously her weight still needs to come down. Oi. Yeah. Hey. If I can't get her attention, she's going back inside. Come on, let's go. I swear to God, you act like you're an owl. Like, oh, hey, I'm coming. Oh, look, a butterfly. That's how owls are. They got the attention span of like, eep. All right, let's go. 4. Hey, 3. 2. Yeah, I think we're gonna learn a hard lesson today. We can't do this later because we got monsoons coming. I can already see the clouds forming over there. All right. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. We're done. We're done, 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 done. So this is how they regulate their own weight, really. It's not an arbitrary number that I just pick out of the sky. She decides at what weight she wants to fly at. And so far, 1025 is not it. So this was her choice. She knows what she's supposed to do in theory. She just didn't know how she was going to do it. But hunger makes them figure stuff out. Okay. I know. You didn't do what you were told. Yeah, you were kind of naughty. I know it's new, but this is how you learn. You fall on your face and then you don't do that again. So she's pretty confused. She's wanting to know where the food is and how come I'm not giving it to her. So she's going to understand pretty soon that she has to work for it. Doesn't seem to really care. She will. Hasn't registered to what has happened. What are you looking at? Oh, what is that? Osprey? I think that might be an eagle. Oh, turkey vulture. Okay, I want to point out right here, this is where common sense has to come in. Obviously, she's not going to get a meal. However, if she was super low already, or if I felt like it would endanger her health, I would set it up to where she would win some tidbits. Her day 12 is done. She hopped to the fist the first time pretty quickly. It was short, and she's done it before. And then I did a bigger ask, so the demands are starting to get a little bit harder for her, so we can progress. And she, as you can see in the video, she wanted to come, but it was just too difficult for her to figure out, and the hunger wasn't there to motivate her to figure it out. When these guys are hungry, they suddenly get to be really great problem solvers, and that's where that motivation comes in. And it's also a little bit about conserving energy. So yeah, so it's a hard lesson. So if she did this in the wild, you know, looked at, you know, some prey and, oh, ooh, I don't know how to do that. That's a little hard. So I'm just not gonna. then they don't eat. And then in the end, what they do, if they don't figure it out real quick, because hunger does some wonderful things to their brain, if they don't figure it out in time, then they starve to death, or they get so depleted then it doesn't matter, and then they get sick, or they're just weak and they can't catch prey anymore, or a predator gets them. They can't outrun a predator. So that's how this works in nature. So I'm just using her natural metabolism, her natural wiring, to figure out what that motivation is, so I can make sure she comes back to me and that she doesn't just sit on a perch, because that's not what she's meant to do. She's having a good day watching everything. This is good for her too, but she just doesn't understand that she's not getting fed yet. So she got 2 tidbits this morning already, and then tonight she'll get a quail head, because that's what I put her medicine in. So she's going to be on medicine for the next probably 3 weeks, just to make sure she doesn't get Asper as we're lowering her weight. Although she doesn't seem too stressed out mentally, but you know, it's still stressful. The first week, if you watched it, was certainly stressful. Was for me. Maybe I should be on Vorconazole. Can I share your Vorconazole? Yeah? Okay. So anyway, that's how this is done. And then tomorrow it'll be a lower weight in theory, because she got less food. It's also getting cooler. So they can be at the same weight, and if the weather's cooler, they'll be a little bit more motivated, because they know they're going to have to burn more calories to stay warm. So they just know that. So they're more motivated to find food or jump for the fist for food. So, you know, cold weather is a great thing. And then the opposite is the hot. You know, when it's hot, they don't really need as much food. They can, you know, their metabolism doesn't require as much to stay warm. And so they can be a little bit pickier. That's, you know, those are all things that need to be taken into consideration when you're talking about weight management. It's not just, you know, a race to the bottom, because it will literally be the bottom of your bird's life if that's how it's done. And if your bird's not behaving like as you should, or as they should, or as you ask, you need to start thinking of other reasons why other than weight before you go to a weight reduction, especially after the bird's already been trained. And a perfect example of that is Leroy. This was the 2nd year I had him, so I've already flown him 1 season, and very tenacious bird, very, you know, all balls to the wall, full tilt bird. And so he goes up for the molt, and he goes into his 2nd season, and yeah, wasn't the same bird that I put up. The bird that I got out the 2nd season, not the same Leroy. So he wasn't really following. He was very lethargic acting, and he's just kind of pooping around. I could tell something was wrong in the field. And I actually had a very experienced falconer in the field with me, and he said, well, slower his weight. Maybe he's not hungry enough. And, you know, that might have been a little bit of it. I don't remember exactly, but I could just tell that there was something else. And so I tested him, because Leroy, if you beat him to the car, there's definitely something wrong. Not only did I beat him to the car, but I had to go and get him. So I had to walk, like, you know, felt like forever. It was far, where he was like a speck. And I had to go back and pick him up off the bush he was sitting on, because he just wouldn't come back. You know, he wouldn't go to the car, which is his favorite thing to do, to the point where sometimes I have to make sure that they can't see the car after they've been flying for a while, because then they get tired and they beeline it to the car and say, okay, I'm done. But he didn't do that. Well, I took him to the vet the next day. Yeah, he was sick because he had a blood cell parasite, leukocytosis, and this makes him anemic and also low in white blood cells. So he's immunocompromised as well. And the way you get this is through flies. And the second I heard that, I knew exactly how this bird got this. Because at the time, we were on property that people had horses that would pile up, you know, mounds and mounds and mounds of horse shit right behind the mews. No matter how many times I said something, I always got the answer, well, it's just that time of year. Yeah, well, I couldn't even feed Leroy outside because he would be covered in flies. So that was a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, so that's a lesson in weight management that, you know, it's not always their weight. It can be something else. So he went on medication for about 45 days to lower the parasitic load, and he did better. He's not the same as he was, but he did have some blood work done in March, and it said that he didn't have the parasite anymore. And so his weight is lowered now. So we're going to do the blood work while his weight is low and he's a little bit, not compromised, but, you know, he doesn't have the weight. So we'll see if it comes back, and if he's cleared of it, that's great. My understanding is they never get rid of it entirely. But, you know, if his parasitic load is so low that it doesn't even register on the blood smears, I'll take that. But if it's all the way gone, I'll definitely take that. But we'll find out. And I would love to have my tenacious Leroy back, because he was a killing machine. Maybe you will be too. You gonna watch the train come by? This is good for her to watch. She's got her little happy falcon beard out. So when falcons are happy or relaxed, that little beard comes out. If she was nervous, she'd be all slicked down and then kind of leaning forward. Yeah, what's that? You see yourself? Also, at least with Finley and Aylin, that beard will come out like that, and then they'll be slicked down in the body, lean forward, and then looking. That's the hunting mode. She's gonna rouse. So she's pretty comfy. I will have to say this bird's pretty solid. You know, for all her ding-dongy other stuff, I will have to give her the fact that she is solid. All right, here comes the big train. Here comes the big train. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She doesn't seem to care about it. Uh-oh. It's the Grand Canyon Railway. They come by every day. All the tourists. Oh, look. She's watching the Phoebes instead of the train. I like it. So I'm going to show you how close this train... What, driving? Railing by? Going by? What does the train do? Rail by? Going by. She was watching the Phoebes. She could have cared less about the train. Of course, she sees it 2 times a day, but not outside like this. Anyway, that is her day.